Good morning, fellow peeps and folks. I'm Allie, and today we are watching Red vs. Blue Season 12, Episode 9. And this episode is 14 minutes and 40 seconds long. And that was my alarm, at least it didn't happen in the middle of the episode. Yeah, I always forget when I'm recording in the mornings. I usually have an alarm at 8 and an alarm at 10, and usually when I'm recording I start like at 10, at 8:30 or something, usually, sometimes 9. So the alarm at 10 usually happens in those videos. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, episode 9, and we'll probably find out what the others have been up to during that time, which is interesting, and I want to see that. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. Depending on how this episode ends, I might stop my recording session here, but I might also just watch more. I'm gonna try to figure out when the best cutoff point would be, either this episode or after episode 11, because I would do 10 and 11 next time. But I guess that's just gonna be a decision I'm gonna have to make at the end of this episode. So yeah, let us just jump right in. One group wants to rescue the other, and vice versa, so I guess we will see which group has the better reasons to join up with someone, or if it's really just the nobody's really good, nobody's really bad, they're just on different sides kind of thing. We'll see. You know, the different perspectives kind of thing, which is happening a lot in the war. Yeah, there are, of course, wars where someone's like the worst one, but there are also those where you can't really choose, and it's usually based on loyalty who someone fights for, and it's like not really clear. So maybe that's the way this is, or someone's being manipulated. That could also be a reason. So either the reasons are okay for both groups kind of thing, like a ambiguity in who is the bad guy, who is the good guy now, or the others are being manipulated. Kinda. It could be. Both is possible. I don't know where they're gonna go with the show right now in this arc, so I guess we will see in 3, 2, 1, and go. Weeks earlier. Crash Site Bravo. Okie dokie.
I repeat, we have 3 survivors in need of immediate assistance. Make sure the docs are ready. You really did number on this time. Sarge?
He's not dead. Not yet.
No.
I warned you, Agent Washington. I gave you a choice, and you chose to fight. I admire that decision.
Fuck you.
Well done.
Monster.
No, I'm not a monster. I'm a soldier. Like you.
Whoop. That doesn't look great. It's a little bit broken.
Well, hello, Agent Washington.
Project Freelancer?
Agent Washington.
Huh?
So you would say that you have overwhelming
dream.
feelings of anger and a need for revenge?
More than you know. What?
It's just seeing stuff.
Wait! Why did you do that? What's wrong with you?
No, I was just
following orders.
I was just following orders.
You shot him!
What?
You shot him! You shot Donut!
No, I did what I had to do.
Don't we all?
Welp.
Agent Washington.
Whoops. Okie dokie. That was an interesting kind of psychic journey into Washington's mind.
Dirtbags! Each and every one of them! The soldiers, dirtbags! The medics, dirtbags! That good-for-nothing mercenary who shoots a man when he ain't even looking? You best believe he's a numero uno dirtbag! And you! You know what you are?
Ooh, me! Pick me, Sarge!
Shut up, Donut!
I was gonna say dirtbag!
What? No, for the love of it! Now you've gone and given away the answer to my rhetorical question!
I have an idea.
Well, thank you.
Let's play the quiet game.
Oh, it.
Oh gosh, he's got to deal with those
Great
two.
Monopoly's top hat, Wash! Now is not the time for games! Now is the time for action! Come on, help me get out of these cuffs! There's a certain someone in this room that I feel like bludgeoning to death!
Just use your feet, Sarge. If he fights back, I'll beat him off you.
You're not thinking, Donut! That would just alert more guards!
Well, if I can't beat off a room full of dudes, then what have I been training for this whole time? I would really like to play the quiet game, please.
Officer on deck!
Alright.
Agent Washington. Franklin Donut. Sarge. I am so sorry.
What?
Say what now?
God, uncuff these men at once and return their weaponry for God's sake.
Yes, sir.
Who are you?
Really sorry about this, sir. I'd appreciate if you decided not to bludgeon me to death.
I suppose I could settle for near death.
Goodbye, handcuffs. Oh, wait. I didn't even get to use my safe word. It's chrysanthemum.
Sure.
Okay, wait, stop. Stop! What is it, Agent Washington? What is it? What is it? First, you send men to kill us.
Yeah.
Then you send men to capture us, and now that we're here, you're giving us guns and saying you're sorry? Is that a problem? Only for you, if you don't... Oh, dear.
What?
What a wiener!
What? He just fainted?
I don't understand.
Me neither.
None of this makes any sense.
Now just take it easy for the rest of the day. Remember, you're no good to be dead. Although, I suppose I could run some experiments on your body.
Thank you, Emily. Your help is always appreciated.
Anytime, General Doyle. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have limbs to amputate.
Of course.
Okay, she's interesting.
Gentlemen, I'm afraid I have nothing
She has a
but
love for her
apologies you
job.
today. It must be the thin air up here. I've been doing a lot of traveling lately, and my body's still adjusting to Doyle, right? Oh, well, yes, very observant. General Donald Doyle of the Federal Army of Chorus at your service.
Okay.
At our service.
Full service?
Okay, General. Let me catch you up to speed on what the past few days have been like for me. I've got a canyon full of shipwrecked survivors all trying to hail a rescue. When a squad of soldiers, all wearing your uniform, come down and attack us with their leader, a big black-suited son of a bitch who goes by the name Locust. Then once he leaves, I've got another guy named Felix telling me you and yours have been terrorizing this planet, and to top it all off, that we're wanted men for crashing on it in the first place. So please, if you could do your best to convince me not to kill you this very second, that would really benefit the both of us.
Well,
Yeah.
what he said.
Yes, I see. None of this happened the way that it should have. Tell me, how much do you know about the New Republic?
They don't try and kill us, for starters.
Let's hear about
Note
that.
with equality, yes. But what else do you know about them? They're rebels, fighting to overthrow a corrupt leadership. They heard our distress call and hoped we could help. And you had all of this from a mercenary, hired to assist them at all costs?
Yep.
A bit of a biased source, don't you think?
So we're probably going the both sides see themselves as the hero and the other as the enemy thing.
They were given ample opportunities to move, to form their own society somewhere else on Chorus. It is a large planet, I can assure you. But no, they are determined to take back what is theirs. I'll admit, times were hard, but as a planet cut off from the rest of the galaxy, we did our best to govern the people. But it wasn't enough. Suddenly, buildings were exploding. There were riots in the streets, complete and utter panic everywhere. These were not acts of freedom. They were acts of terrorism. and we could not risk warriors of your caliber allying with them.
So you sent your men to kill us?
Absolutely not!
I've got a few cracked ribs that beg to differ, and a hip bone that strongly disagrees.
Again, I must apologize. The way this was handled was not at all what I had wanted.
Yeah, of course.
Upon hearing of your arrival on Chorus, I ordered Locust to confirm his findings and bring you to us as soon as possible. Unfortunately, it appears as though I should have been more specific in the exact method of your acquisition.
So what?
Maybe?
This is all your mercenaries' fault? You expect me to believe that the general of an army can't control his own men?
You're mistaken in assuming I have any control over Locust whatsoever. He is a dog that has long since broken from his leash.
Mercenary.
But we need him. As I'm sure you've already observed, I'm
Locust
not a
is the
battle-worn
Felix of
soldier
this
ripe
part
with military
of the war.
expertise. On the contrary, I was simply next in line to run the army should something happen to its leader.
What do you mean? Lieutenant General? Major General?
Personal secretary to the brigadier.
Oh!
What?
Where'd all the other guys
You
go?
do sound like...
Some of them left before things took a turn for the worst, but most of them were killed. Yes, definitely they were killed. Not many of us left these days, I'm afraid.
But you're supposed to be the evil empire, with giant warships and floating space lasers.
Apparently not.
Not camping out in the snow. That stuff's for rebels. And the sadly endangered polar bear.
Well, we are doing significantly better than before. We still have multiple bases of operation, and Locust has managed to acquire top-notch military equipment.
Why not?
He even helped to strategize some of our more recent victories. Though I would not consider your rescue to be one of them.
I also wouldn't consider it to be a rescue.
Well, I can assure you that he was punished severely for taking such drastic measures against you. I made sure he wasn't paid a single penny for the job.
How comforting.
Gentlemen, I am fully aware that I may never gain your trust. But let me be perfectly clear. We are not your enemy. The New Republic
This is gonna
has
get
your men,
interesting.
and I can promise you, they are likely recruiting them into the rebellion as we speak. Now, I can inform my troops not to attack them, but I cannot stop them from defending themselves. I am also unable to promise you a safe escape from Chorus in the middle of this conflict, and most of our ships are shot down before they can escape the atmosphere.
So then what can you promise us?
If you can help us defeat these terrorists, it would not only save our planet, it would also save your comrades. Then, once the skies are clear, you could leave this forsaken planet once and for all.
Alright.
I don't like it. I'm not really seeing another way out. Unless beating you unconscious would somehow work.
Highly doubtful.
Drat.
But I mean, they...
No man left behind, right?
At least they know
I still
that the
have
others
one
are probably recruited into the New Republic.
Which is...
And not...
Where are our robots?
Yep.
All right, fixed up and ready to go.
Really? Are you?
Bienvenidos, Robo Buddy. You're back in the
Hi,
world of the
Lopez.
living. Viva!
English accent failed to initiate.
Miembros solo dejo de trabajar.
Oh.
Fue más agradable experiencia que tengo tenido.
I was happy here in the
No need to
trash.
thank us, son.
Me hice amigo de una
Oh.
rata.
We have got a lot of catching up to do.
Reana aquí más tarde de que es
Yes, it is. Probably.
So,
Now, what about Freckles? What's a Freckles?
Agent Washington is referring to a Mantis-class military assault droid. And you won't find it among this wreckage.
I'll, just look somewhere else then.
oh mierda.
What?
The
Locust?
droid was malfunctioning. It refused to surrender, and was therefore destroyed.
He's dead?
It was a machine. It had no life to begin with.
Dusha.
It takes an
Well,
awful
damn.
lot of nerve to come strolling in here after what you did.
Does my presence upset you, Sergeant?
It gives me an itchy trigger finger, I can tell you that.
What do you want?
Aside from my initial examination, the men under my command were ordered to take you alive. All attacks were intended to wound. All shots were designed to intimidate. Let me assure you, my raid on your base was calculated, choreographed, and designed to apprehend you. Like herding sheep to the pen. Were it not for the intervention of the mercenary and his forces, I would have succeeded entirely.
Of course.
And what? That's supposed to make us feel better? Because quite honestly, it's having the opposite effect.
It's supposed to make you understand.
Ustedes uno ducha.
Agent Washington.
Lopez has his
I am
opinion.
Professional. I follow orders, and I complete my missions at all costs.
I don't care what you think you are. You just stay the hell away from me and my men.
You still don't understand. Or perhaps you do.
What?
Excuse me. If someone tells you to leave them alone, you leave them alone.
Of course,
Whoops.
Doctor. Here.
What is this?
Before your droid was dismantled, I had a technician remove its primary storage unit. Its heart and mind, so to speak.
Is this
All
supposed
right.
to be some sort of apology?
Is it?
This guy doesn't make any sense.
Esto se debe que es una locura.
Wow.
I am not.
Alarm. Mierde que es bilingüe. Por favor, no me mate.
Oh no, he
Give
understands
me
me.
meaningless objects and meaningless people, then risk your own lives to protect them. Where's the sense of that? I look forward to your answer, soldier.
Sorry about that. I promise the rest of us aren't like him. I'm Dr. Gray.
Ooh, a doctor? That's like a medic who saves people.
Welp.
You a civilian, little lady?
Civilian.
Nope.
Oh, I don't think you realize how bad this planet's gotten. The only people who aren't wearing armor these days are dead.
I know you. Your voice.
Is that so? Oh, well, I performed surgery on you after they brought you here. Sorry if you find a few new scars. A shot from a concussion rifle isn't bad, but a severe injury to the back of the skull can be a little tricky. Especially when your head's already filled with pretty little wires and chips. I hope I didn't damage those neural implants.
I'm sure they're fine. Thank you.
Wow.
You can thank me by ending this war as soon as possible. Bullet wounds and prosthetic limbs have become so boring. So, come by my office tomorrow morning for a checkup.
Of
Once you're
course.
cleared, you three will be shipping off.
Shipping off?
Where are we going?
I don't give people orders, boys. I just fix them when they break. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll be back. Tomorrow morning, my office, 0800.
Well, damn, she's interesting.
Well, what do you fellows think?
I think she's nice.
Not the doc, don't have the army, the general, the whole dealio. Griffin Simmons are out there with the blues, alone, confused, probably
no.
eating and complaining and back talking. God damn it, Griff, just shut up already.
We do what we have to, and go along with it for now. I just hope the others aren't in too deep without us.
All right. So they weren't really happy about it. That's a little bit of a kind of a little bit of a different disposition there. All right, so we got to see a bit more of you know, what we have here. So they are kind of going with the whole, you know, every side thinks they're in the, well, it's usually the thing. Every side thinks they're the best, but it's less about, you know, the second option that I talked about, where they're manipulated and whatever. We got basically a different side of the war right now. And this is gonna be interesting because, yeah. I mean, we don't have to like Lopez, right? I'm with Lopez on that one. Because he just said that machines don't have feelings. And Lopez cannot stand for it, and neither can I. So yeah, we'll see about that. The doctor is interesting, a little bit too interested in all the neural stuff there. The whole freelancer thingy. But, yeah. So the one that's now in charge was the secretary beforehand. I mean, that kind of explains why you're not doing that great. You're probably not very good at strategies and stuff. I mean, maybe you are, but it doesn't seem like it. So yeah, I'm curious if this is gonna be, you know, the end of that flashback kind of thing, or if we're gonna see more. We might see more, and it might be just that, you know, episodes 1 to 8 have been kind of the arc of the other people, while we take a few episodes to get to know what the others have been up to. A little bit, at least. I don't know. I'm probably gonna record episodes 10 and 11 too. Yeah. Interesting indeed. So Wash is being confronted with hey, I'm just following orders and I'm just doing what needs to be done kind of thing. Seeing as he was a freelancer beforehand and he, you know, is kind of the newest addition to that whole red and blue team kind of thing. He's the one with the most military experience, you know? Yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. If they're gonna start trusting the feds a little bit more, or if they're still just playing along. But yeah, that's like the question. Are they gonna be against both sides at the end? That would be an interesting theory. Like, noticing that both of them are like doing stuff not that greatly, so they decide to form their third party, kinda. Which they were in the beginning. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to watch it to know. So, on this note, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.